Hey guys, Misschief here with Book Nook. Today on Book Nook, I'm going to do something that I'm going to call Author Talk. On Author Talk, what I plan to do is give you guys a couple of authors, maybe every week, every other week, just depends. A couple of authors that you may or may not have heard of. Some of them are, bigger name authors. Some of them are just, people that I'm just now finding out about, discovering through, the internet, through different blogs and stuff. If you've watched my book review video, like I said on that, I follow a lot of book-related blogs, book review blogs, author pages on Facebook and Twitter, so that's how I come across a lot of these authors that I have never heard of before. So, the first author that I'm going to talk to you guys about is Christina Lauren, which is a pen name for the combined duo of Christina Hobbs and Lauren Billings. They write the Beautiful series, and they just released the first book of their new series, Wild Seasons, a couple of months ago. If you have not read anything by these two, then you are definitely missing out, because they are hilarious. These books are they're some of the best books that I've ever written. They are, I guess what you would identify as rom-com, romantic comedy, but they have some very hot and steamy sex scenes in them. There are 3 main books in the Beautiful series, and then 3 novellas that take place between each book. The first book is Beautiful Bastard, the second book is Beautiful Stranger, and the third book is Beautiful Player. These 3 books, they take place as 3 guys that they're very good friends, and they've never really been in love, like a lot of the newer romance books. That's usually how it is. Guys never really been in love, and da-da-da-da-da. So that's basically what these books are, the same thing as that, but they're not as heavy and dramatic as a lot of, the more popular books like 50 Shades of Grey or Crossfire. These books do have a bit of drama in each of them because, of course, they wouldn't really be good if they didn't have some sort of drama. But it's not overly heavy drama. These books are really funny. They're really great. I highly recommend them. The first book in their new series, the Wild Seasons series, is called Sweet Filthy Boy. It just came out a couple of months ago. It pretty much follows the same path, a group of friends. So I'm really looking forward to the rest of the books that are going to come out in that series. And then sometime next year, they're going to have 2 more books come out in the Beautiful series. So I'm really looking forward to that. The second author I'm going to talk about is Terra Civic. Terra Civic, she has 3 completed series right now, and she just started on a new series. She just released the first book of a newer series a few months ago. She also writes a lot of romantic comedy, smutty stuff. The Chocolate Lover series is the first series of books that she has. There's three books in that and a novella. I've read 2 of the 3 books. I'm actually working on the 3rd book right now, and they are just downright hilarious. They're just about normal people in a small town, and they're a group of friends, and they just have some crazy times, and it's hilarious. Chocoholics is a spin-off of the Chocolate Lover series. And then my favorite series out of her 3 completed series is the Fool Me Once series. Fool Me Once is about 3 women. They're best friends. They run a personal investigation or a private investigation company. The first book is about Kennedy. She used to be in the Army. The second book is about Paige. She is a model. And the 3rd book is about Lorelai, and she is a lawyer. The basis for those 3 books, they both got screwed over by their ex-husbands. So pretty much they all hate men now. But of course they end up meeting men and falling in love again. But they're just hilarious. Those are my favorite books out of anything that she's written. I love those books. The 3rd author that I'm going to talk to you about is Emma Chase. If you've not noticed a pattern going on with these authors that I'm talking about today, they all write romantic comedy books. it's really nice to read a funny, romantic, smutty book, especially with there being so many heavy, dramatic, serious books out there. It's nice to come across something lighthearted, funny, every now and then, just to kind of break the monotony of the seriousness. Emma Chase has 3 completed books out right now: Tangled, Twisted, and Tamed. Tangled was a little bit different from most of the stuff that I've read, because Tangled was written solely from the first-person view of the guy. And that was something that it was a little bit of a shock to, read completely from a guy's perspective. Especially a guy such as Drew, who is the main character in Tangled, because Drew is just a complete douchebag in the beginning. He's one of the more, douchey characters that I've read. But, you grow to love him. Tamed was just released a few months ago. I was lucky enough to win an e-copy of that, an e-book of that, and I just finished it yesterday. And I loved it. It's about Drew's best friend, Matt, and it's hilarious. It was written in first person through Matt's perspective. Twisted, which is the second book, is written first person through Kate's perspective, which is Drew's girlfriend. So it's, it breaks it up a little bit, so those books were really good. I enjoyed them. The last author that I'm going to talk about is Alice Clayton, and Alice Clayton, she writes some of the funniest books. I have read 2 of her books, Wallbanger and Rusty Nailed, and just let me tell you, if you have not read Wallbanger, then you are missing out. Wallbanger will change your life. Wallbanger is probably the funniest book that I've read. It's first person, and it's just, the way that book plays out, it's hilarious. Especially when you meet Clive the cat. Clive is probably the best character written ever in anything I've ever read. Rusty Nail just came out back in the beginning of June, I think it was, or July. I read it in about 2 days. It was the sequel to Wallbanger. The 3rd book, Screwdriver, is coming out September 2nd, and that's a new set of characters, but it still kind of carries over from the Wallbanger series, because the main female character is friends with Simon, which is the main male character from the Wallbanger series. So, any of these books that I've mentioned, any of these characters, the authors, I highly recommend that you check these authors out. You will not be disappointed by any of these books. It's really hard to pick a favorite out of the 4 of these authors: Christina Lauren, Terra Civic, Emma Chase, or Alice Clayton, because they all write hilarious, romantic, steamy sex books. And, any of them, if you've not read them, check them out. They're wonderful. The writing styles are great. And like I said, it's good. It's really nice to have a break from the serious drama of some of these, other big books. Because, I don't know if you feel like I do sometimes, but after a while, I get tired of the same old thing over and over with, the alpha males and the domination and all of that stuff. So every now and then it's nice to have a funny book, a funny romantic book to break it up in between. So, look into these authors. They all have social media, Twitter, Facebook. Check them out. You will not be disappointed with any of these books.